Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teno Merkaba and today I am going to be talking about the Gemini Moon. I'm so excited because I'm a Gemini Moon. My Gemini Moon is 21 degrees and it's about to be a Gemini full moon in like a few minutes or a few hours. Well, a few hours, maybe like in an hour's time. But generally, I'm in South Africa, so I'm not really sure what time, but I know it's about to be a full moon in Gemini, so I figured, why not, like, just make this video in, I don't know, in, not memorial, in celebration of Gemini moon, right? So firstly, what is Gemini moon? What is Gemini? So Gemini is ruled by the third house. The third house is things that you are familiar with, right? So think of anything you're familiar with, people, places, and things. So your neighborhood, your neighbors, your family, your siblings, your friends, you're familiar with how they speak, you're familiar with how, because the third house is like an air house, right? Along with the 7th house and the 11th house. 7th house ruling Libra, 11th house ruling Aquarius, right? So these are all air houses, right? Meaning they dealing with communication, and communication is ruled by the air element. So with air, with the third house, right? The communication there is set on like people that you're familiar with, right? And familiarizing yourself with specific people, because once you familiarize yourself with specific people, then you kind of like intellectually understand how a group of people speak. So this is what Geminis know. So they know if somebody speaks in this, because they've, for example, let's say a Gemini moon has grown up with an uncle who speaks in this way, and when they speak, they swear a lot maybe, or when they speak, they're very aggressive. Because they're familiar with that, when they go out into the world and they meet another person who's like this, they can already think, oh, I have an uncle who speaks kind of like, who's very aggressive, so you may probably think the way he thinks, or maybe somebody who has the same angle, the same passion that he has, because it's the familiarity thing. So that's what makes Geminis very smart, because even dealing with maths and like just words and shit like that, if like as a Gemini moon person, but Gemini energy specifically, like once you start learning specific words, or once you start learning like equations, or how to get like 1 + 1 is 2, once you start like doing that all over again, it shows you a pattern, right? So then you can take this and then use those specific patterns and kind of find the similarities when you grow up in the world, period. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is what Gemini, like, for example, if a Gemini moon person is really into mathematics, they understand the importance of patterns, so even division, like how you get division answers. There's a specific system to divisions, right? And that system requires for you to kind of understand it, because there's like a specific pattern, and if you learn that pattern, you can get answers in any way. Do you know? So you can, this is dealing with like numbers, dealing with like words, a talent, anything really. If there's a specific system to it, a Gemini moon will learn that system, and then they'll understand that system, those patterns, because the system really is like consists of patterns, right? So Gemini moon person will understand those patterns, and then like, hi, I'm busy making a video. My mom wanted me to put eyelashes on her. Anyway, but yeah, Gemini moon people, like if there's a system to something, then they'll like kind of analyze the system, because they're so ruled by Mercury. Mercury is thinking, communicating, analyzing things, and also dealing with patterns, right? Because it's an airy planet. Mercury is an air planet, and Gemini is ruled by that airy planet, and it's an air sign itself, so it's kind of like double the energy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that's what makes Geminis very like the most fluid of all of them, But anyway, going back to that system, there's a system even to people, like Gemini moon people can study people and understand why they are the way that they are, just based on how they think, based on like when they do things. So that's why Gemini moon person can kind of analyze your mood, right? Just based on your facial expression, based on your body language, and then kind of already know what you're going to say before you even say it. They'll pick up the sense, but that sense will also come with analyzing you and kind of analyzing like how your eyes are moving. Do you know? It's just weird though. But all my Gemini all my Gemini Moon people, you'll understand. Like you know what I'm saying. So that's what makes Geminis very smart, though, because they can understand patterns. You know, this is something they share with Libra and Aquarius somewhat. But we'll get to those signs. I feel like actually no, all air signs are dealing with those patterns, those specific patterns. Whereas like Scorpio and maybe Virgo and Capricorns are kind of dealing with the psychological sides of things, you know, like even the emotion. Maybe Scorpio more of the emotional side of it, but the psychological and the emotional side of things. But Geminis and mostly the air signs Libra and Aquarius are dealing with like the overall patterns and the systems of something, you know, because people have systems, you know. So if you've been friends with a Gemini Moon person, a Moon person will know when you're in a specific mood just based on how you're carrying yourself, you know, just based on like your facial expression, you know, and they'll know, oh, okay, she's happy now because she said this in this specific way. So, okay, now we can get back in, you know. But here's the thing, with Gemini Moon people being ruled by air, and the air sign quality now is being in the moon sign, and then we know that the moon is how you get nurtured and how you feel nurtured, and things that you do to feel nurtured, you know. So what makes you feel comfortable is someone analyzing your emotions. So you may have a journal, and if you don't, I really insist that you have a journal so that you can write down your feelings, because you may have like friends that get really tired of listening to you like kind of over analyze what you feel or over communicate how you feel about something. You know, have a journal. At least when you have a journal, you're still using the third chakra, you're still using your Mercury energy, which is in the third chakra. Oh shit, my heart is like beating really fast. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, for the most part, what makes you feel comfortable as a Gemini Moon is to communicate, right? Is to think. So if you get into a situation, your reactions is to overanalyze what is happening. So you're gonna try once again. You're gonna try and analyze the system of what's happening. But here's the thing with emotions. Emotions are not systematic. You know, they're fluid, but in somewhat of not in imagination way. And when I say imagination, I mean more so like the right brain of things, you know, because the left brain is the systems of things, but the right brain is more so just about like the realm that isn't like tangible. Do you know what I'm saying? Like emotions aren't things that you can hold, you know. It's a feeling, right? And as a Gemini Moon, you're gonna try and like somewhat logically understand what it is you're feeling. But here's the nice thing though, right, is that after you feel whatever it is you're feeling, let's say it's like you broke up with someone and it's like 2 years later, it's like a lot easier for you to kind of analyze the situation as a whole. Like, oh, okay, this person cheated on me and that's why I was feeling in this specific way, because A, B, C, D, E happened, and once E happened, that caused me to feel a specific kind of way. But also, here's another thing with Gemini Moons too, right? And maybe this also deals with the houses, which I'm going to get to in my next video, Gemini Moon through the houses. So check that out too after you watch this video as a Gemini Moon, or if you're dating a Gemini Moon or whatever. But here's the thing, if you're dating, like let's say a Gemini Moon person is in a relationship, right? That Gemini Moon person is going to play a lot of mental games just to see how you react to specific things, right? Just to see if you're gonna be somebody that's gonna allow them the freedom that they want, you know, because Gemini Moon people change their minds a lot, like it's not like Aquarius Moons where it's just really like in the spur of the moment, you know, or just like the unpredictable kind of changes, because Gemini Moon people can be very unpredictable, but for them it's more so, it's not like the unpredictability because they're ruled by Uranus, you know what I'm saying? That's the Aquarius part. The Gemini Moon unpredictability just comes from if they feel bored or not, right? That's the worst part. See, if a Gemini Moon person feels bored, or if they're just not excited about something anymore, they're just gonna like drop it, you know what I'm saying? And this is what kind of makes them very wishy-washy or flighty, because in one day, this is something that they share with Pisces, but only Pisces is very watery with this, and they kind of go with their own emotions. Whereas Geminis go with their own thoughts and wherever the wind blows them. Whereas Pisces go wherever the water takes them. Is that, for example, one day, let's say you're at a party and you're meeting this Gemini person, right? And in the moment, it's vibes, like there's drinks, it's like a good time. You guys are partying, da 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 da. It's chilled, it's cool. So then you're like, we should do this again. And then the Gemini Moon person in the moment is like, yeah, oh my god, let's. And then you start having a conversation, because Gemini Moon people are very good with conversations. And even if those Gemini Moon people aren't good with conversations, like, they're very good with talking to themselves, right? But it could also be like a two-sided thing, because sometimes it's like, with a Gemini Moon, you never really know what you're going to get. Because a Gemini Moon also doesn't really know how something... Because, okay, here's the thing, and I can attest to this, right? You as a Gemini Moon person, right? Because you're already dealing with two sides of... You're dealing with negative, positive, demon, angel, man, woman, girl, boy, femme, masculine sides of you. You never know... And also it's communication, right? So you never know how something is going to sound, or how something is going to come across when you say it. So as a Gemini Moon person, like, you're very good with conversation, but sometimes it's like you may sound somewhat sarcastic sometimes when you say something. And even if you may not even mean to sound sarcastic, or you may not even mean to sound rude, but just because you don't know which polarity you're getting, which twin you're getting, sometimes you may sound very rude. You know what I'm saying? And it's uncalled for, because you as a Gemini, you're just talking because you're like trying to, and you're just saying things out of your brain, because this is what makes you feel comfortable. This is your comfortability. So you're just talking whatever, and then somebody may look at you weird, like, what the fuck, are you trying to be smart? Like, what? Like, did you said this, but how you said that, it sounded like you're trying to say something else, so you can come across very indirect in that way, or very sarcastic in that way, kind of like a Mercury in Libra type of person, where you just sound very sarcastic, or even like a Libra sun sign person. But no, actually Mercury in Libra, because Mercury in Libra people can sound very sarcastic, and sometimes those people aren't even like, whatever they say, and they just said that, But because air is like kind of light, and if a Gemini Moon person, or if an air sign person kind of says something with the intent of trying to sound somewhat emotional, it's going to sound sarcastic. So that's the thing with Gemini Moon people. You can sound sarcastic even though you're not trying to be. You can be very like somewhat direct with something. Or you could also be an indirect person where you try to, let's say you want to say someone doesn't look nice in whatever that they're wearing, you're going to use you're going to try to use nice words instead of just saying, dude, listen, like, please go spray yourself. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, wow, do you guys smell that? It's not me. Someone just smells bad here. I mean, I know it's not you, Tando. It's not you either. You see? And that's the thing, you can be very devilish in that way. You fucking Gemini. Gemini sun sign too, right? And here's the thing also, I'll use again, I use my ex-girlfriend, but she's a Gemini sun sign people. But I feel like Gemini energy can do this, period, right? Is you can use specific words in order to let someone kind of be like, you say something in order to put the thought in someone's brain that, like, so you kind of want to control how people think in that way, and because this is in your moon, this is what makes you feel comfortable. So as a Gemini moon, you also like to, you may not like people kind of understanding who you are. You don't want people to know who you are, because you can share this with Scorpio, where you like kind of shift people's eyes, and you present this to them, but there's like a whole bunch of things going on here, you know what I'm saying? So you like, hey, look at this, just look at this, don't worry about here, look at this. And then the people are like, no, but we don't. And then you're like, nope. And only if people are like, if you're like really comfortable with people, then you can kind of like show them what's going on behind here. But for the most part, like Gemini moon people, you can like, because this is what makes you feel comfortable, right? So you may not even want people to know that much about you. So you say specific things. So you may say, like, let's say you want someone to be afraid of you, right? As a Gemini moon person. So you'll probably be like, and you may not even have done this, but you'll be like, yo guys, you know, back at home people were scared of me. I used to fight people. I used to fucking stab people back at home, you know. And you'll know the right specific things to say, you know. Right now I'm just like giving you an example, but you'll be like, you know, back at home people used to be really afraid of me because I used to fight people and I used to beat people down. One time I poisoned this girl and she got paralysis for 3 weeks, you know. And then you, as a Gemini Moon, because you said that, right? You want people to think, oh shit, let's not fuck with this person because this person is crazy. Mind you as a Gemini Moon, you may not have done that. But just because, like, you want people to think in a specific way, you'll say shit like that so that they only chew on whatever that you gave them. And then in that way, you can manipulate people with your actions. You know, whatever your sun sign is, you can manipulate people with your actions because they already think one way. So now you can maneuver your way around whatever you said so that people kind of like are confused. You know, people get confused by you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. But that's the thing. Tricksters, bruh. Fucking tricksters. Just the Gemini Moon people. And like, see, that's the thing. Because it's in your moon sign, so people may not know that you're doing this, right? People don't know how scattered you are until they start getting to really know you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, your sun sign could be a completely different. It could be in conjuncting or it could be squaring your moon, your Gemini moon, right? So this is different. If you're a Pisces sun, Gemini moon, that's so much mutability. But if you're okay, we'll talk about like sun and moon things in another series maybe. Because I feel like if you are a sun sign, Pisces, Gemini, Moon, oh my God. Not only are you a chameleon, but you become people. Like you subconsciously become other people, and then you start even talking like them, being like them. You may even like think like them, start communicating like them. And then it can just kind of get messy because then you also look very wishy-washy. You know, you just look like... But anyway, it's not about Pisces right now. Gemini Moon people. Not only are they like... Okay, see, now here's the thing, right, with Gemini Moon people. Because they can get bored with things, right? See, Gemini Moon people, if you don't stick to at least one thing, you're not going to be able to, like, reap the benefits of seeing that thing through. You know, you're not going to be able to like somewhat manifest things. And this is what Taurus people can teach you, is how to stick to one thing so that you can see it through and then reap the benefits of working and like building with that. Because Gemini Moon people don't have that, like the foundation or the stability within themselves like a Taurus sun sign person would, you know, or like even a Capricorn person would. With Virgo, it's a lot different. Because they also are mutable, but it's still Earth, so it's a lot easier for them to kind of build, because they still have the 6th house there, which is the routine and like schedules and doing things on a day-to-day basis, you know. So it's a lot easier in that way, in that specific right, you know. But as a Gemini moon sign person, oh my God. See, because not only you're like two specific people, you know, two psychologically different people within you, and you respond. So one minute you may like this, but just based on maybe how it's presented to you, you may not like it anymore, you know. And there was one explanation with the Gemini moon that said somewhat of a psychopathic, like you're a psychopath. This is the inside psychopath where you like something, you like someone for a little bit of time, and then you move on to another person and you like them for a little bit of time, and then you go to the first person that you like, and then, you know, because you don't have the feelings anymore. And that's the thing with Gemini moon people. When Gemini moon people like you, they act crazy. They act fucking crazy. They're weird. And see, you may think because they're a logical sign that they kind of like, they're like logical people. But in love, oh my God. Oh my God. Not only do they play mind games, but mind games in a way of like trying to see, like they're trying to get to know how you think, right? Because one thing, if a Gemini moon person likes you, they kind of want to like know how you think. So they may like say, like they may say things to kind of throw you off just to see how you respond to that, you know? Or either A, just to see if you're like going to be emotional about it, and then like kind of throw a tantrum, because if you do that, then the Gemini moon person is gonna know like, oh, okay, okay, no. But at the same time, even if you do that, they'll still be open to like they'll still be open to like still getting to like play mind games with you, just to still see how you do things, you know, because they're curious. Like air signs are very curious people, like I said. Like they like to kind of understand things, but on a more logical, in a logical way, you know, or in a mental way, not logical, in a mental way. Because like I said, if a Gemini moon person likes you, they kind of act crazy, and crazy in a way where they're like, they just want to do things just to see how you react, but not in a fire sign way where they just want to see your expression, or not in a watery way where they just want to see if you care or not, right? Because air signs aren't emotional, especially air moon persons. They're not emotional in that way. They just want to, like, their mind games are predicated on just to see how you do something, just to find a result, like just to figure out, oh, 2 + 2 is 3. I mean 2 + 2 + 2 is 4. Okay, so that means if you act like this, then the answer is this. Cool, got it. But there's no emotional like their reasons for doing that isn't to somewhat like get you to. It's not emotional in that way. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to see the way that you are, right? But either A, can be very manipulative in that way, so they can get whatever they want from you. That could be one part of it. But for the most part, like, most Gemini moons just want to see. Like, they just want to see why you are the way that you are, just to understand it mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like fire signs or water signs. But, yeah, that's the thing. And when I say Gemini moon people act crazy when they start liking people, it's kind of like, see, emotion, like, it's going back to feelings again, you know? So, it's okay, they start feeling things. But because feelings aren't like, they aren't something that you can analyze, like 2 + 2 is 4, right? So they start acting crazy because they don't know how to figure it out. Like, they don't know what it is. Like, what is this feeling? How can I like break it apart into molecules and shit like that, you know? So Gemini moon can get frustrated in that way and start like acting very frantic, you know? And when they're upset with people, they can get very snappy. They fucking words are sharp as hell, bro. They can say specific things, or they can do specific things, but mostly say specific things just to hurt you, right? But it may not even be with the intention of hurting you. It's just more so, it can be that way. But I feel like when they're angry, Gemini moon people are very angry, they can get very snappy, very like rude, you know? These are the type of people where, let's say you've been doing something for your whole life, and then you as a person, you may not understand, like, a Gemini moon person will understand logically why you did that thing more than you understand. For example, let's just say you're somebody that when you get anxious, you start like talking a lot. You start like isolating yourself a lot. A Gemini moon person, see, now you're doing this, but this is how you cope with things. But a Gemini moon person will understand why you're doing that, right? And they'll know, okay, now you're quiet, so this is probably how you're feeling, and you're probably thinking these things, and you're probably gonna think that you should like go to Instagram and post really nice pictures in order to recover your ego in that specific way. So they go deep in the thought like that, like, oh, okay, now you're feeling like this, so this is probably how you're gonna react and respond to that, right? So now let's say you as the person who did that, you made the Gemini moon angry. So now they become snappy. Then they start bringing those things up, like, yeah, I know, when you start getting angry, you start doing this and this and this and this and this. And then as a Gemini moon, now you've exposed the fact that you know why somebody does the things that they do, but you also hurt their feelings. It's like, oh shit. The person's like, oh damn. Wow, I didn't even know that that's what I do. But what the fuck? How do you know that? Like, you know that? Bruh. You know, that type of thing. See, Gemini moon people are very smart in that way. Because it all goes back to systems. Because they also probably watch other people do shit like this, you know? They watch other people go through these experiences and then analyze, oh, okay, when you're mad, you do this and this and this and this. So they bring that to other people, like, okay, I have a friend who gets mad and does this, so you probably do the same thing just based on how you reacted to that specific situation. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, these are people that are like the jack of all trades. Gemini moon people. See, Gemini sun people, their moon may be different, but it could be the same though, because your actions are dual. you know, so you could also do many things. But I feel like Gemini Moon people, they can do many things at once, you know, also depending on maybe their sun sign. Because if it's in Capricorn or if it's in Taurus, then it's going to be a lot slower, you know, and you're going to probably be a lot slow to move, especially if it's in Taurus. You're going to be a lot slower to move, or a lot slower to change, or like kind of do something different. But for the most part, I feel like Gemini Moon people, and I'm a Gemini Moon person, you know, you can do many things. You could be firstly washing the dishes while you're making rice, while you're simultaneously washing your socks, while you're also smoking. You know what I'm saying? You do many things at once. Or you could also have many careers, you know, because you could have multiple YouTube channels. You could be doing multiple things. Like, for example, right now, I make comedy videos, and I'm also on YouTube, and my YouTube has a whole bunch of things. So it's very scattered, you know. It's like, I make like vegan shit, and I make astrology. I'm probably going to do something else. You know what I'm saying? So a Gemini sun sign person, they may be doing the same thing, but it's not so much what makes them feel comfortable. Because Gemini Moon person, I feel like Gemini Moon people feel comfortable in like chaotic situations. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's like they can kind of like, not like in a Scorpio or Virgo way where they feel comfortable in chaos because now they can take power and control of themselves and the situation because they feel comfortable in having power. For Gemini Moon, it's more so like this, because everything is chaotic and they are chaotic inside. It's like, oh, okay, this is energy that I can resonate with. So it's chaotic outside and I'm also chaotic inside. So like, you know, it's like a matching in energy. So that type of thing. That's the difference between the Scorpio side and the Virgo side. Do you know what I'm saying? But generally, as a Gemini, what makes you feel comfortable is communicating things, you know. You feel comfortable in learning things. Gemini, see, air signs like to learn and like, once again, learn systems. So maybe not so much reading, because that's the thing, like, because Gemini Moon people don't know how to stick to one thing at once. I feel like even when you're younger especially, it may be difficult to stick to one relationship, because as soon as it's not fun anymore, you just want to leave, you know, or you start cheating, or you start like well, yeah, I think that's what I was about to say is basically just a nice way of saying cheating. But basically, you just start like trying to, you don't put your eggs all in one basket, you know. Just because it's like very scary to think that you're only gonna like be able to experience one thing. Because as a Gemini, when you're here to like, you're like open. Think of your head as like it's open, and you're kind of open to a whole bunch of things, you know. But on the negative side on this is that you kind of don't have stability. Do you know what I'm saying? You lack stability in a way that you don't, seeing something through will be kind of difficult. You probably have to be very passionate about that thing, or you have to see where your house is, you know, in order to like feed that part of yourself. Like, for example, I'll talk about myself. My Gemini Moon's in the 5th house, so what makes me feel comfortable is like entertainment, having fun, anything that's entertaining, comedy wise, or like, you know, watching movies, shit like that. So if you have a Gemini Moon, let's say you have a Gemini Moon in your 5th house, or even in your 6th house, whatever, you know, what would make you feel comfortable will be directing a Gemini in that specific house. So with me in my 5th house, what will make me feel comfortable and something that I'll probably stick to is something that's fun and things that are entertaining. So things like acting, music, art, I don't know, anything. But also look at your house lords, because my Gemini, my 5th house lord is in the 9th house. So things like education and philosophy and high wisdom and like, you know, spirituality, shit like that. So right now I'm doing my Gemini's 5th house in the 9th house lord type of things, you know. But you as a Gemini moon sign, you just need to figure out where your which house your Gemini moon is in, and then you can direct your scatteredness in that and somewhat have some kind of stability in that, you know. But I'll make a video, like the next video after this is gonna be Gemini moon in the houses, so you can just like check that out. But yeah, what was I saying before? Gemini moon people, Gemini moon people, I think even Gemini sun sign people, even like Gemini ascendant people and Venuses especially, can be very, very beautiful people. And see, here's the thing with Gemini people, like if you look at people with Gemini eyes, they have somewhat the same eyes. I don't know how to explain it right, but if you can look at mine, there's like a little sparkle with their eyes, like kind of like a mischievous little look that they have, you know. But generally, they're very beautiful people, especially if you have this in your ascendant and Venus, or if you have your Gemini ascendant conjuncting your Venus, then you can be very, very beautiful. And not just because Venus is there, but yes, because Venus is there, and wherever Venus is at, just like makes things really cute and really nice and like good looking. But yeah. And here's the thing with Gemini moon people, because Gemini, and this is what can kind of make them fake people or just fickle, but how a Gemini would see it is like, hey, I'm just being a relatable person. Is even if they don't like you, they'll still talk to you like you guys are friends and stuff, you know. And then they'll probably talk shit about you behind your back, right? And they may really not even like you. Like, you may be their ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, or something like that. But if they see you out, they'll still have a conversation with you, like share guai with you, which is a cigarette, or share drinks with you. Let's say you're like, you as their ex-boyfriend, you're still friends with someone that they're friends with. They'll probably invite you over for dinner. Mind you, they don't like you at all. Like, they may really despise you. They may hate your guts. You know what I'm saying? They'll still invite you over. You know, just because it's a thing of like, if we still have something to talk about, we can talk about it. You know, like, and mind you, they're not emotional people. So Gemini moon people aren't people that can hold grudges, you know. And even if they do, the way that they hold grudges is not like how a earth sign or a water sign would. You know, they're still like, you guys will still hang out and shit like that, but they'll just they'll play mind games with you. They'll just like indirectly talk shit about you while you're there, but also say nice things about you. Yo, Gemini moons. But generally these people are very, very scattered, you know. Sometimes they can have they can have Aries tendencies because they're very quick with picking up senses, you know. So they also automatically know, just based on how people present themselves, if that person is like on some bullshit, or if they like them, or if they don't like them, or, you know, just a Gemini moon person will kind of know how you feel about them specifically, just based on how you have presented yourself to them. And it's also about the senses. So if they pick up the sense, it's gonna go up to their brain, and whatever thoughts come up in their brain, then they're like, no, okay, this person is like this and this and this. And then this is also when they kind of start playing mind games, you know, just to see if you actually don't like them. So they might say something like, oh my god, guys, and you may be the person they're talking about, but they'll make it seem like it's not really you that they're talking about. So they'll be like, oh my god, guys, you know, I actually really, like, there's this one girl I met one time, and she was wearing like these brown pants, and she had cool hair, but I didn't really like she had really weird ears, hey, and she made me feel so uncomfortable. And then you, the person that they're talking about, is probably wearing brown pants, and they have weird hair, and they also have weird ears, you know what I'm saying? But that person can't be like, oh, they're talking about me. And even if they feel like, oh, that person's talking about me, they won't just go out and be like, oh, okay, this is about me, so what the fuck are you saying? You know, because the Gemini moon would have probably worded it in such a way where it's like directed to someone. It's so like they're like indirect, you know, indirectly direct about things. Do you know what I'm saying? And this can make people so pissed, like they can piss people off in this way. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say Gemini moon person doesn't like you, and let's say your teeth are like all fucked up and shit, you know. They'll probably, to diss you, they'll be like, oh my god, I just went to my dealer and his teeth are so fucked up, I would never buy shit from him anymore. Now you, with your teeth being fucked up, you may start feeling like, oh my god, whoa. So you see, you kind of took offense, even though they made it seem like they were talking about somebody else. That type of thing. See, Gemini moon, like, yo, you can make people very angry and like hate you with that type of thing, cause like you it's like you play too much. That type of thing, you know, you play too much, and you're not like Aries where you just say what you mean. You kind of like, you use your words to do things, you know, because this is what makes you feel comfortable, because this is your moon sign, you know. But yeah, Gemini moon people are really great for if you want to understand your feelings, but on a logical point of view. They're really great at like these are people who could be poets, script writers, I don't know, anything like rappers, also singers, also, It can be like radio personalities, anything just dealing with them having to speak or even write anything, or even maybe knitting, because that has to do with the hands and Mercury rules the hands, but maybe that's more so on the Virgo part. Yeah, that's more so on the Virgo part. You could also be good at painting though as a Gemini Moon person, but I feel like generally if it has to do with speaking, it's for you. But yeah, that's my video on Gemini Moon. I hope you loved it, Gemini Moons. I love you. I'm a Gemini Moon myself, like I said. But yeah, next video I'm going to make Gemini Moon through the houses. So check that out. Thank you.